present, and we appreciate each of your presence here at the governing board. Well, actually, it's a public hearing and a regular board meeting tonight. So we're going to call this meeting to order at 5:38. Call to order the public hearing at 5:39 p.m. Item A, roll call will be roll call.
Bryce Anderson. Chris Paul-Benelli.
Desiree Beller.
Buddy Cochran. Renee Sosi.
Barb Shields.
Approval of the agenda for April 8th, 2025. Do we have a motion?
I'll motion that.
Second?
I second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion was made by Renee, second by Chris. Motion carries. Presentation of budget revision number 4 by Business Manager Lori Wilson. I turned it back off.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Got it. Okay. Good evening, Superintendent Anderson, President Fowler, and all governing board members. I'm here to present budget revision number 4. So let's start with, why are there so many revisions? So to start with, our budget is based on average daily membership. It's a moving target. So, however, that isn't the only factor. There's multiple other factors. So let's get started here. Maybe not. It's not advancing. Are the batteries dead? Hey Lee, can you? Thank you. So why do we revise a budget? First of all, there's changes to our average daily membership. There's adjustments to our Group B weighted add-ons. There is allocations for just one-time funding amounts, ADE adjustments, and audit adjustments. That's some of it which I'm going to cover today. Some of these are all in this revision. Okay. So I have a chart that we're going to get to later, and it's going to explain some of the ones that I just mentioned right now. But we're going to start with our general budget limit. So our general budget limit, this is our overall capacity that we can spend in our maintenance and operation budget. So let's start with revenue control. That's the top one there. Revenue control, we did have a decrease in budget capacity we received from the state due to our average daily membership. And some additional weighted add-ons were also adjusted. So if you want to see a breakdown of what those weighted adjustments are, you can turn to it's on the data entry page. It's towards the end of your revision, and then you're going to see where those adjustments are. But the decrease in the RCL there is 66,619. Moving on to our district additional assistance. You have the opportunity to move some of your maintenance and operation money into our capital. I did not. We needed all the capacity in maintenance and operation, which is mostly our salaries and benefits. So you can see there's no change in that. I kept it at 0. Tuition, again, no change. That's where we receive our monies for preschool and for our Kane County tuition students. That's a little easier. Next is our budget balance carry forward. Now that did increase. And that's due to a 915 letter that we opened up. I'll explain what a 915 letter is a little bit later, but that is why the increase. I'm just giving an overall why our whole budget limit went up, okay? And
Ms.
then,
Wilson,
yes,
can I just clarify something? So when you look at the DAA in M&O, districts are afforded the opportunity to actually roll money from their district additional assistance into M&O. One of the things that I can show you is the district has taken a stance on leaving the additional assistance in that account for capital projects, because what the Auditor General then does is goes through and looks at areas of risk. And when districts move district additional assistance into M&O, it is considered a risky piece because it's difficult to move that money back once you've already started moving it in there. Just wanted to clarify that.
thank you. And then finally, our Prop 123, and we also had a decrease, which is again due to the adjustment on our ADM, a number of students. So our total increase is going to be just over 84,000 to our maintenance and operation budget, which is nice at this time of year to be adding and not taking away, especially when we did lose a few students this year. So let's go to the next one. Thank you. So I kept this slide on here. This is from my original budget. It just explains the increase that we had in the per pupil spending from fiscal year 24 to 25. So though we did have an increase, we didn't increase hugely in our budget this year because we had a drop in students, but fortunately the state went up in the per pupil funding. It also did increase in our bus route per mile funding. Again, I can turn. Okay, so this is our actual maintenance operation budget, how it's laid out, where it goes. So I adjusted at the end of the year, depending on how the money has been spent. I could decrease the salaries a little bit, finding that we had capacity left there. Some of which is because our teachers, we had a difference from the year prior to this year, from older teachers to newer teachers. So we had a little bit of capacity left. Benefits then obviously decreased as well, but which allowed us to increase our purchased services. That was a higher need. That was an increase in need. So we did. That's where I moved the money to, as well as in supplies, classroom supplies. We had to move up. Okay. I'm explaining a little bit why I moved around the money. Okay. So the overall increase again is 84,000, just over 84,000. Okay, this is just a little graph. I give it to you every time. Shows you the percent, so you get a little bit better visual to see where all the money goes. You can still see salaries and benefits make up 80% of our budget. The rest is in different services for maintaining and operating our buildings, and our services for our other students, and then supplies. Thanks. Okay, again, this is a graph. It just shows the continuation that we have been declining, but on the positive side, I just kind of want to point out, you notice the decline, it's leveling off and we're decreasing. So we're looking positive that hopefully the impact from the Glen Canyon Outdoor Academy is no longer impacting us in the same way as it did in the past couple of years. Okay, so this is the chart that I was talking about earlier that explains a little bit of the adjustments that I did. And so I even put on here where you can find it in your revision, what page and what line. So to start with the ADM. So this is on page 7 on line 1, you can see we did have a decrease in just 24 students from the last time I did a revision. So that impacted us. But we also had an adjustment in our Group B weighted add-ons. That's our K-3 reading. We didn't get that allocated until March, which is why there are a number of revisions. Like I was saying, there's other factors. It isn't just our ADM. So ADE finally issued our monies for our K-3 reading, which is, you can find this on that data entry page that I told you about. And this amount that we receive is based on the submission of a plan for our Move On with Reading program. Okay? Next, this is what I was talking about earlier, the 915 letter. A 915 letter is a request to ADE, which allows us the ability to modify data which impacts the state aid or our budget capacity from a previous year. So this is from fiscal year 24. So when we opened up, it allowed us to recapture. We don't know why, but some of our preschool SPED students were dropped from our data, and we caught that so that we could recapture that capacity. Also, there was 8 seniors that had incorrect FTE reported. So all this allowed us to do this 915 letter, which means we're opening up remember I closed, I had an AFR, it should have been all done. It allows us to open up that data and pull in some of the money. So we did do a 915 letter. I appreciate Suzanne for that. And then let's see, the next one is our FERPL, FERPL one-time funding. Last year we had a one-time funding supplemented as well, but this year that specific one was not carried through. These are always called one-time. So this is a free and reduced price lunch one-time funding from ADE. that gave us an additional 92,000. That's another reason we needed to have another revision, because that didn't come to us until end of February, beginning of March. So these costs. Right at times, my batteries died. This is one. Here you go. Switch. Trade that. Okay. That's good, so it didn't happen in front of it, and right when the Pledge of Allegiance was on. Okay. So let's see, where was I? So that increased us to 92. I'm kind of giving you where we lost, we gained, and then of course you can find the location in the revision. I put that on the last chart graph. And then the last one is interest. When I do my original budget in July, I don't know exactly what the interest is going to be. So by the end of the year, it has been computed accurately, and so we want to always do a revision so we can recapture either the additional or if we have to take away. Okay, so is there one more? Okay, so this is the capital. This is where we do our buses, our big purchases. There you can see there isn't much of a change there. The overall decrease is just 7,816. The amount from the beginning of the year to the end, ADE came up with the same figure as we did. The amount that was spent was the 1,182,351. So outside of the change in the interest, our capital budget remained the same all year. Okay? Are there any questions?
Chris, do you have any questions?
No questions.
Barb, Renee, do you have any questions? All right, thank you for that presentation.
I'm gonna leave it right here.
There's a new line item. Do I ask? Okay, item B, questions or comments from the public? Is that the blue card or is that?
No, but during the budget hearing.
Oh, okay.
Ask questions.
Do we have any questions or comments from the public? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? All right. Item 3, adjournment of public hearing. Do you have a motion to adjourn at 5:31 PM
A motion?
or 5:51, I'm sorry, Chris? Second?
Second.
Oh my gosh.
I can call Bruce.
I apologize. Motion was made by Chris, second by Bunny. Call for, or all in favor? Aye. All right, motion carries. Now, item 4, call to order the regular governing board meeting at 5:52 PM. Starting off with the roll call,
Bryce Anderson.
Chris Paul Benelli?
Desiree Fowler,
Bunny Cochran. Bunny Cochran. And Renee Sosi.
Barb Shields.
thank you. Item B, Pledge of Allegiance. Is the mic still on? I ask the James siblings to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you again. Item C, moment of silent meditation. Thank you. Item 5, announcements and comments. Public complaints concerning facility service personnel and instructions are not heard by the board until the district due process procedures are followed. Forms for filing complaints are available at the superintendent's office. To address the board, please fill out a blue card and give it to the board secretary or superintendent. The board reserves the right to limit public comment due to time restriction to 3 minutes. Can we get someone to start the timer for 3 minutes?
I have it.
You got it? All right.
It's on my-
Alyssa Covington? Alyssa, we'll give you, Barb, will you be able to do that?
3 minutes.
3 minutes and let her know, 1 minute, 30 seconds.
I will.
All right, thank you.
So,
Did it go?
Dear Governing Board President, Superintendent, Governing Board members, students, staff, and community members, my name is Elisa Covington, and I'm the proud principal of Page Middle School. I wanted to make sure that I took this opportunity to address the board ahead of the month of May, because once we have the board meeting, the events would have already have passed, which, of course, May has proven to be a busy month. First, thank you to the Governing Board members, some of whom have been here from day one of my tenure in the district, and a couple who have joined in time to help me close Page Middle School as its last principal. Thank you for your efforts, your voice, your actions, and your intentions. Second, and most importantly, for the times that we are living through now, is an invitation and a plea. Change is hard. Many of the staff members are grappling with changes being made in for district sustainability. I have one request. May the 5th through the 8th is Teacher Appreciation Week. I'm inviting you to reach out to me for our Page Middle School schedule of appreciation, to find a time to come meet with our teachers and be a part of the celebrations and the meal servings that will occur with our teachers, and be a part of what we're doing for that month to close out the school. And I hope Dr. Anderson won't mind, but I would also like to formally invite you to all of our PUSD campuses to join Dr. Anderson in serving the special meal that would come to the campus during that week. It would mean so much to our staff. Difficult times are always more well received when you know and feel that you are wanted, valued, heard, and respected, that you matter, and that you matter enough to have someone of such importance as you, our elected board members, to show up in person and in real time say thank you. I know that you all are busy. We all have our different jobs, families, responsibilities, and that it would be or may be a sacrifice, but I can say in order to set up the trajectory and the climate of care, it will be a gesture that will be well worth it. Your presence matters. As someone once told me, that my presence matters just as much as your voice, and this is definitely an act of service. Were you saying 1 minute or I'm done? Okay, so my email address, acovington@pageud.com, and if you want to be a part of what we're doing at Page Middle School in its finals hours, reach out to me and let me know when to expect you. I will share the themes, and you can be a part of our active part of the day. Help me close out the school on a high note. Help me close out the school with positivity. And if you want more information on the morning greeting with Dr. Anderson, you can get with Barb. Thank you very much for your time. Respectfully, Elisa.
Thank you for your comment. Item 6, business, special business. A, recognition of PUSD Employees of the Month. Buddy?
Good evening. Nice to be here. We would like to offer,
Buddy?
Yes?
May you use the mic, please?
I'm getting it. You know, I can't project all of this.
Sorry.
That's been my problem. Okay. I feel like I'm supposed to be some sort of, I guess I am an MC in this right now, aren't I? Anyway, we'd like to recognize these outstanding recipients of our classified and our certified staff. And we'll begin with our certified pride recipient is Danny, is it? Do I pronounce the J?
No, it's Daniela.
Oh, Daniela, okay, Swanner, nurse for special education. She's been nominated by Judith Casterline, and who's a teacher in the self-contained classroom at Page High School, who would like to offer this to her.
Thank you so much. This is weird. I'm used to talking really loud in class. So my name's Judith Casterline, and I'm a special ed teacher at the high school for my high need students. And it's been my pleasure to work with Danny this year. Many of our students need so much care, and you have all she's doing is laughing at me. So our students need so many needs, and you do an outstanding job. She has gone above and beyond to not only service our students, but help myself and my paraprofessionals to be able to work with our students and help them in the most appropriate way. She does a great job of learning each of our students and their needs and when to talk to them and when not to talk to them. I was amazed at the beginning of the year with the protocols that have to be developed. For my students, between 10 to 14 students, she had to call each individual doctor and find out what each student needed. And the students could not come to school until we had the protocol and it was exactly the way it should be. But not only did she have to do my building, she had to do every building in the school. So she spent a lot of time servicing. Danny is there whenever you need her, and she runs. She runs from school to classroom, and that's why she's so skinny. Additionally, she will come and eat lunch with us, and sometimes as time permits, she will help with our lessons. One day we did a lesson on dinosaurs and how long their time period was. So she turned it around completely and talked about the life cycle of babies. So she went from the very beginning all the way till elder age, so she didn't embarrass me. Danny is an outstanding friend, and she is an outstanding nurse. Please help me in welcoming and thanking Danny for all of her support.
What a beautiful tribute. This is for you.
This one. I'll take this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I knew I buggered up somehow. Anyway, here we are. Now we'd like to honor our classified employee of the month, which is Glenda Thompson, and one of our bus drivers. Such an important position. And nominated by Raymond L. Shire. Is Raymond here? Oh, goody, then I get to do it. Is Glenda here? Ah, here you are. Glenda is responsible for ensuring that all bus drivers stay certified for both state and federal DOT requirements. In addition to that duty, she runs a bus route every day and will fill in for an absent driver. Glenda also ensures that the payroll is picked up in Flagstaff, ensuring that all district employees can be paid. Her positive attitude and dedication to her profession is truly remarkable. For the silent unsung heroes who transport our students every day, Glenda is deserving of this honor. Congratulations. You are so important. Thank you. In fact, you take our treasure back and forth all the time, don't you? Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item B, recognition of PUSD Student of the Month, Renee.
don't want to work.
We're over. I'm just kidding. Welcome, family and friends and staff of Page Unified School District. I'm going to be doing the Student of the Month for Page Preschool. The Student of the Month for this month was Miller James. Is he here? Oh, this little guy here. Come on up here, honey. He was recognized by Olga Gassidi. And Miller is such a delightful student in our classroom, she says. And he is smart, funny, and kind. He constantly shows respect for both his peers and teachers. Miller is always honest, no matter what the situation. And his ability to communicate with other students is extremely commendable. Every day, Miller puts a smile on his face with his positive attitude. I'm looking forward to watching him continue to grow as the school year continues. Thank you, Miller, for being an awesome student. Put it in there, okay. Now we're on top of it. Thank you. And we go on to Lakeview Primary School. Brian Henderson, would you like to come up and do this, or?
The teachers.
Oh, great. Hey, Mrs. Pearl.
This is Maya Yazi. She is a true leader. She does great staying on task and completing her work. She is fast as well as accurate. Maya is a great example of how to show one's pride in all areas of behavior. She is quiet when it is time to be quiet, and she participates when it is time to participate. Many students follow her example in every way, including how to be silly when appropriate. We are so glad that she came back to us. We almost lost her in December to a move, but we are so glad that she's come back to us and didn't end up moving away so that we could continue to have this true leader in our class.
Hang on, Maya. We don't have a signature here. Here you go. Let's sign it. There's your backpack. Thank you. And next, we'll go to Desert View Intermediate with Mary. Would you like to do this one too? Or her teacher's here? Okay, well, come on up here.
Good evening, everyone. So this is Velina Bidoni, and I am excited and proud to announce that she has been chosen as a Student of the Month at Desert View. Velina has truly exemplified the Bobcat way by showing kindness, bravery, and hard work in everything she does. Velina consistently goes out of her way to help others, and whether it's lending a hand to a classmate in need or showing kindness to everyone she meets. Whether faced with challenges in class or stepping out of her comfort zone, Velina approaches every situation with courage and perseverance. She demonstrates dedication and effort in all subjects, always giving her best and working through difficult tasks with a positive attitude. I am incredibly proud of Velina for setting such a wonderful example of the Bobcat way. Her positive attitude and efforts are truly an inspiration to the entire school. I am so proud of you, Velina, and keep up the amazing work. I am lucky to have you in my class.
Thank you. Okay, next we have middle school. Alyssa, would you like to come up and award this one as well? Oh, the teacher's here, okay. And that'll be for Lane Goldtooth.
Good afternoon, everyone. I proudly present our Student of the Month for Page Middle School. He is Lane Goldtooth. He is the son of Deborah and Clint Goldtooth. He is a resident of Coppermine who has demonstrated strong work ethic, compassion for others, and self-determination. It's a loud thing, sorry. Lane has shown remarkable academic growth and character development throughout the school year. His progress in both math and ELA is very impressive. In math, Lane's overall score increased from September to March, with particular strengths in numbers and operations and geometry. He has also made gains in algebra and maintained consistent performance and measurement. Lane's continued effort with data analysis show promise in the area of improvement. In ELA, Lane's word recognition jumped from 8.5 grade level to an exceptional 11.5 grade level. And his oral vocabulary improved as well as now at 10.17 grade level. His comprehension showing increases as well. These improvements highlight Lane's dedication to academic and skill growth. Beyond the numbers, Lane consistently displays responsibility and maturity. He regularly advocates for himself by turning in assignments on time, asking questions, and offering help to classmates. His strong social skills and ability to get along with peers make him a leader in the classroom. Since the beginning of the year, he has demonstrated dramatic growth not only academically but in confidence and participation. Lane is also actively involved in sports, balancing his extracurriculars with academics successfully. His mother is actively engaged as well and very much supportive with his endeavors, reinforcing the value of education at home. Lane's motivation, personal growth, and well-rounded character make him as an outstanding candidate for this recognition. Lane, I am very proud of you being your teacher and being my first year here in Page Unified School District.
All right, we move to Page High School. Leah Gunther. And the student is, I think it's Brett Palmer. He's not here. Oh, he's right there.
He's been here all day. I was looking for you. I know, okay, so the first thing you gotta do is kind of walk that way and then walk back to me. And then do like a little spin. Okay, now I can read this. Okay. All right. So Brett Palmer was recognized as Student of the Month, nominated by Christine Johnson, his 11th grade college composition 101-102 teacher. Miss Johnson states that she was a little hesitant to have Brett in this class because he really wasn't into writing when he had her in his honors class as a 10th grader. She states that his writing skills and ability have gone from mediocre to absolutely rock solid. She has no doubt that he will ace this college level course because he has worked his backside off. So you can see there's no backside left because he's been working so hard this school year to do this college level class. So Brett Palmer, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to Manson Mesa High School. Here we are. Trina.
Thank you. The Student of the Month for Manson Mesa High School is Vaughn Sosi, nominated by Regeline Magpaseo Bunch, and she states, I nominate Vaughn Sosi. Vaughn consistently demonstrates a commitment to learning and a positive attitude. In ELA class, he actively participates in class activities and articulates ideas clearly through his writing assignments. He has also shown remarkable respect by treating people around him with courtesy. Congratulations, Vaughn Sosi. And the Student of the Month for Sage and Sand Virtual Academy is Becca Wienig. Becca was nominated by Jeremy Poole, and he states, Becca Weinick, 11th grade, is Sage and Sands Student of the Month. Becca has been consistently turning in quality work this year, as well as maintaining good progress in her classes. Becca's awesome effort and focus is showing us her ability to shine in online learning. Congratulations, Becca.
And that covers the student of the month for this. Thank you, and congratulations again to our kiddos and also our certified and classified staff. Also to our parents and siblings, thank you for all the awesome support and hard work that you put in to your young ones' educational experience at home, and also supporting and our teachers as well, and principals, staff, for the amazing work that you do to allow us the time to recognize our young students. So yeah, in Chicago. Last but not least, all of our individuals that receive an award tonight, please follow Mr. Wah, and he will take your photos out in the lobby. All right, we're going to go ahead and continue with item C, recognition and approval of donation made to the district in the amount of $200 from Ken's Tours LLC Western Circle Groups to Page Middle School Girls Basketball, $300 from Josh Reed to Lakeview Primary Teacher Appreciation Week, $400 from Brody and Blake Buds, CO Jeremy Buds, to Desert View Intermediate School art classes, Kenmore Dryer to Hiwalpa Benali to Custodial, $10,000 from Airgas to Flagstaff to CTE Welding. Do we have a motion? I'll make a motion. Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion was made by Renee, second by Bunny, motion carries. Item 7 on our board agenda reports, A, governing board reports. Chris, would you like to go first?
Sure. My report is I interacted with people from, actually my wife's family, pretty large family, so they have teachers down into Phoenix and those areas. So I actually brought it up to the superintendent before, actually earlier. One of the things that we came across is some of the schools in Phoenix are closing, and mainly because of I was informed was because of the virtual learning that's actually been made available to those students, and most of the students are attending those virtual school courses. And up here in the Page, Coppermine area, we do have quite a few students that are doing virtual learning, and there was a little bit of confusion where homeschool is attached to where they can attend extracurricular activities like sports and all that. I kind of ran it by the superintendent, see if we could actually bring those students in, if we could make available like extracurricular activities such as sports and band and all that to the homeschool students, and actually make them maybe part of Sage and Sand. So that's a thought, to bring our funding back up, because I guess the students do bring in the funding for the school here. So we do have a lot of young ones out there, like get up 5 o'clock in the morning, that don't want to come out get on the bus for an hour or 2 hour drive to the school, then get home 7 o'clock in the evening. So now I have children too that are being homeschooled right now because of that. But if it was made available for them to go into extracurricular activities such as sports and all that made available to them, I would allow all my children to come to Page, because we live like an hour and a half out from here. So it's a little bit challenging for the young ones to ride the bus like that. So that's just a thought for me. Like, since we're kind of facing the the funding and the middle school's closing, so, but maybe after everything's settled down, then we can take a look back into that, or maybe I might be a little bit too late to bring that up, but that's just a thought, so one of the reports that I have, like to express this right now. Thank you.
I had a chance to attend the NAU Arizona K-12 Center celebration of accomplished teaching. This is an annual event that takes place in Phoenix, and a great night to celebrate teachers who are nationally certified to teach within their school district. So that was pretty awesome to see. Also got to watch several baseball and softball games, and also last week I thought Renee was going to be present, so I decided to show up. It's all right, but it was nice to see the Page High School cookout out in the, what is it called, the courtyard. It was pretty awesome, and so I couldn't resist but asked if my help was needed, so I got to serve and it was good. I mean, there's so many students that took advantage of a free meal and just getting them to be engaged, and it was pretty neat. I enjoyed it. That's all I have.
I'm excited by and appreciative of something that Ms. Covington has invited onto her campus to start the day off. And that is an opportunity for kids getting off the bus to come and start their day, make that transition from home and bus to focusing their minds and their bodies on the education that they're going to receive that day through the principles of Tai Chi and such. And starting out small, but more and more kids are watching, and hopefully they'll want to be engaged. And so I want to thank you for that. I think that makes a really nice, healthy transition from, one environment to the academic environment. So thank you.
Good evening. I had only one meeting with Megan this week, right? Was it this week? I'm not thinking last week already. Anyway, we were talking about the back to school bash, trying to make that arrangement, set up and a date, putting solid out there. We do have an event coming up with the Community Health Improvement Program that is offered by Tuba City Regional Healthcare for our chapter area. So this is where I invited her to come out with the school to do the back to school event, because we will have a lot of people participating during those hours to attend that healthcare event. And we talked about maybe getting physical sports because the medical bus will be out there, the mobile bus will be out there, so that kind of helps her, a plus for her to get those sports activities. I think what is it called? Physicals done. So anyway, that's what we had a meeting about, trying to pick out a date, but right now it's a tentative for the month of June, did we say? Yeah, for the month of June, but it's still sitting there, so we haven't really done anything with it, but that was my only visit with Megan. And I think, I can't remember who she brought now. I'm sorry. I'm bad with names. I can see faces, but not names. Other than that, that's pretty much my report at this time. And I'm sorry, Desiree, I missed that. You should have sent me a text to remind me.
It's all right.
Thank you.
It's all right. Next time.
You forgive me.
I forgive you. Next time for sure. I drove by Desert View, and they were having their fresh fruit, what is it called? Yeah, their fresh veg, yes, the market. That was pretty awesome. And I was trying to get a hold of Ian, but I wasn't successful. So, next time, I'm sure it was pretty successful. Item B, superintendent report or comments.
President Fowler, members of the governing board, want to share an experience I had on Friday. I had the opportunity to spend the morning at NAU for their educator career fair. Have to share that I liked the move of their venue to the field house on campus, plenty of space, and some really amazing students in their program. NAU is doing very, very good work. Was able to network with some other pathway folks for people to be able to transition from the parapro profession into the teaching profession. A couple of important dates that I want to share with you. I know that Page High School will be here at our next governing board meeting in May, but I want to make sure you folks have on your calendar, Manson Mesa High School's graduation is on May 14th at 5 o'clock. Sage and Sand Virtual Academy, did I get that right? Is at 6 o'clock on the 14th. And then on the 17th, Page High School graduation is at 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, 7 o'clock. And again, students will be here to make a formal invitation, but just want to make sure that you folks save the date on that. The other thing I would encourage you to do is if you get a chance to come out to our parent engagement nights. I know that Desert View's parent engagement night is coming up on Thursday. Mr. Henderson, May 8th. And I would encourage you to come out to that as well, but I know that there will be a market at the Lakeview primary one, along with some other activities for students that should truly engage them. So a lot of fun for our students coming up.
Graduation, you said is May 17th, at what time?
7 o'clock.
7 p.m. Okay, so I got May 14th at 5, May 15th at 6 p.m.
May 14th, 5, and 6.
Okay, yeah, I got that one. All right, thank you.
President Conley, may I make a quick comment? Sure. I just want people here to know that right now my plan is to be out of country between May 3rd and May 15th. So if you don't see me at these, it's not because I don't care, it's just because I can't make the trip there and back, okay? So I thank you for your appreciation of that and your patience. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And Barb, will you be able to make a SAW posting for each of these events that were just mentioned? Yep. All right, thank you. Item 8, unfinished business. At the moment, we don't have any. Item 9, governing board consent agenda. Consent agenda or action. A copy of the consent agenda is available at the desk of district administration office. All items listed will be considered as a unit by the governing board and will be approved with one motion. There will not be a separate discussion of these items unless a board member requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item. Do you have a motion?
I have a motion. I'll make the motion.
Use your mic, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll make the motion.
All right. Second,
I'll second.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion was made by Renee, second by Buddy, motion carries. Item 10, calendar of events. Everyone has received a listing of items that are taking place or events that are taking place within the school district.
Madam President,
Yes.
if I may, I put extra copies on the back table as well.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for that. Item 11, additional agenda item. A, discussion and possible approval of the 24-25 budget revision as presented. Do we have a motion?
I motion.
And I'll second.
Superintendent Anderson?
President Fowler, members of the governing board, I think that Ms. Wilson did a wonderful job of explaining the funding that was received or changed and is mandating or requiring this. If the board is to approve this, there will be a new budget sheet that will be submitted to ADE so that our budget is accurate in the system.
Board members, do you have any questions, comments, or concern regarding the agenda item? Chris?
No question.
Bunny?
None for me.
I don't have any questions.
All right. Call for the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Oppose, abstain. Motion is made by Chris, second by Buddy, motion carries. Item B, discussion and possible approval of the Arizona Department of Public Safety Agreement. Do you have a motion?
I motion. I motion.
And I'll second that.
Superintendent Anderson?
President Fowler, members of the governing board, this is a agreement made between the district and the Department of Public Safety to allow us to engage in them coming into our school and serving in our school safety officer roles. What we have done with Page PD will look very similar. When they have days where they are off duty, they have an opportunity, and it aligns directly with the grant that we received from the state to have school safety officers on our campuses.
Board members, do you have any questions, comments, or concern?
No concerns.
No, I don't have any.
Thank you. Call for the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion was made by Chris, second by Renee. Motion carries. Item C, discussion and possible approval of the sole source vendor for Powerline Technologies, Inc. We have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Superintendent Anderson.
President Fowler, members of the governing board, I'm just going to share the supporting document. Page Unified School District has investigated and found no other company services that provides compatible equipment for our fire panel and monitoring system. Powerline Inc. is a sole source vendor that complies and is compatible with our system, which is why we're bringing this to the board to make them sole source vendor.
Board members, do you have any questions, comments, or concern regarding the agenda item?
No questions.
None for me.
I don't have any.
Call for the, vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion was made by Bunny, second by Chris. Motion carries.
Come on.
Fun music.
Oh, I know.
Item D, discussion and possible action related to school facilities division update to district building inventory to support the district redesign. Building D from Desert View Intermediate to Page High School. Do we have a motion?
I motion.
And I'll second.
Superintendent Anderson.
President Fowler, members of the governing board, I have provided you with 3 different campus maps that outline the building inventory number for the buildings on that campus. One of the things, as we have been working with the school facilities division on this transition, is we've identified that building inventories have not kept up with the times. So what they've asked us to do is to bring to the board the formal adjustments so that they can have that reflected in our official building inventory. This specific item is related to what is Desert View Building 1004, which would be transitioned from Desert View's inventory onto the high school's inventory.
Sounds good. Board members, do you have any comments, concerns?
No.
None? All in favor? Aye.
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 Motion was made by Chris, second by Bunny. Motion carries. Item E, discussion and possible action related to school facility division update to district building inventory to support the district redesign preschool building from Desert View Intermediate to Manson Mesa High School. We have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second.
Superintendent Anderson.
President Fowler, members of the governing board, this item is to change in designation for Desert View, what is currently on the map, building 1005, which is the resource building where the preschool is currently housed, and having that changed to a Manson Mesa facility that serves students in grades 9 through 12. One of the other pieces that I will tell you is we will not find ourselves in this position. We will bring back and update the inventory annually moving forward because I want to make sure our inventory in the system is accurate.
Board members, do you have any questions, comments, concerns?
I have a question there, Superintendent. My question is, some of these building numbers, even though they're part of the school district, they have the same numbers on them. So why would that be? Like if Page School's just one entity, but the school, the elementary, the middle school, and the high school are part of that entity. Why do they have the same numbers kind of popping up and throughout?
It's a great question. The building number is not driven by the school district. It's driven by the school itself. So each school will have a 1001 and they will number up from there. When we look at, so I've included the Page Middle School inventory here. I believe you have the Page High School inventory. You see a much longer list on that. But good question. It's just the way that the School Facilities Division has set up their systems.
Any other questions?
I just want to thank you, Bryce, for numbering those and making it. Because when I looked at the other way, I was like, what are these? Okay, but thank you.
And it was not easy because going through the inventory, what I can tell you is, especially at the middle school, there were additions that went on that didn't specify where that addition was at. So I had to go about finding people in the district who remember, oh, I remember when that construction was happening. It was this corner here. At the high school, the same thing. There are two different number designations you'll see for the A building. A building wasn't always the size that it was. It was added on to, so. But thank you for the guidance as well.
So I have another question.
Go ahead.
Okay, my question, would it be possible to, since this is a school property inventory, and this is actually, the taxpayers are actually funding this too, would it be possible to categorize the 1000 series maybe for the elementary, then the 2000 series for the middle school, and 3000 series for the high school, instead of having the same kind of numbers floating around? Because, or does it designate, distinguish or differentiated by the middle school, elementary school, high school? Because the numbers, because this is school property and this is the fundings for our children, and would it be like, would somebody making an audit, would they make a mistake? So like the same numbers floating, like 1001 from elementary school, then 1001 from middle school, then 1001 from high school. Would it be possible to make it 1000 series, then 2000 series, and 3000 series? Would it be possible to do that or no?
I can certainly inquire with the School Facilities Division, but this is the way they've set it up for schools across the state. And I'm happy to share this document with the governing board as well. But this is the spreadsheet of our inventory, and you'll see that they are each broken out by building on the actual inventory on their website, as well as when we download the spreadsheet. We don't dictate the number because what bothers me, if you look at the high school, I don't like gaps. And if you notice on the high school, there are gaps, there are numbers missing. But that's the way it's numbered by the School Facilities Division. But I can certainly ask the question next time I visit with them.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions?
I don't have it.
None. Call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion was made by Bunny, second by Chris. Motion carries. Item F, discussion and possible action related to School Facility Division update to district buildings inventory to support the district redesign, Page Middle School to Page High School. Do we have the motion?
I motion.
Second,
I'll second.
Superintendent Anderson.
President Fowler, members of the governing board, this item is to authorize a change in designation for Page Middle School buildings 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, and 1007 to Page High School buildings for grades 7 through 12, which will be reflected on the district's inventory.
Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No.
None at the moment.
I have the same concerns as previously, but I already stated those concerns.
Alright. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion was made by Chris, second by Bunny, motion carries. Item G, first reading and possible discussion, no action on policy in Policy Advisory, Volume 37. Number 1, A, AA, ABA, ABAA, AC, ACA, ACAA, AD, deleted, GBK, JII. Superintendent Anderson?
President Fowler, members of the governing board, this is the initial release of updated policies, a streamlining process that ASBA is going through. These policies were shared at our governing board study session. This is a first read and first read only. They will come back in May for a second read and possible adoption. I can tell you that all of the documents that required updating specific to Page Unified School District have been made, checked, and double checked. And the other policy revisions are ultimately driven by changes in statute or executive orders that have been issued.
Board members, do you have any questions? This is the first reading, so. All right, item 12, future agenda items. If you should have any, please make sure to get with Barb or Superintendent Anderson so that we can get them on our agenda. Item 13, adjournment. Call this meeting adjourned at 6:40 and make the first motion. Second,
The second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion was made by Desiree, second by Chris, motion carries.